In this tutorial, I want to talk about how to use Mojo with Python or how to integrate Mojo programming language with Python programming language. As we said, Mojo programming language is going to be the superset of Python programming language. So it's essential to be able to use the Python ecosystem to develop packages in Mojo. If you're following my Mojo Programming for Beginners playlist, you know that in the previous tutorial we talked about installing Mojo programming language on your operating system. Since Mojo language has released a new update, it's a good time to learn how to update our Mojo. So I check out our Mojo version by mojo version, then I type modular update Mojo and wait for the update to finish. Now I check out the version again and see that we have updated from the version 0.6.1 to 0.7.0. In this tutorial, I'm going to use Conda environment for Python programming language, and I assume that you have installed Conda on your system. If you haven't, I provide the link for the Miniconda in the description of the video. Follow the instruction and install the Miniconda on your system. Now to figure out the path for the Conda executable, I type which Conda in the terminal. Then by assuming that you have properly installed modular CLI and Mojo programming language, I figure out the modular path by typing echo modular home variable. Let's inspect what's inside this path. The important file here for configuring Python with Mojo is modular.cfg. Let's check out what's inside this file. The path that we have to change later in this file is the Python_lib. We have to change it according to our Conda environment's Python version. We hit Ctrl+X to get out of this file. Now let's create our Conda environment, call it MojoPy, and use Python version 3.10. After the environment is created, we have to activate the environment. We copy the command conda activate MojoPy and run it in the terminal. However, as you can see, we've got an error saying that we have to run the conda init before conda activate. You might not face this error because you have done it before. So I call the conda init. Now if I call the conda activate, I again get an error because for the conda init changes to take effect, I have to close and reopen the bash shell. Note that when I reopen the bash shell, I'm in the base environment. So I activate the MojoPy conda environment again. To get the list of available conda environments, I type conda info-envs. Now I have to figure out the path of the Python version that I have installed in my conda environment. Then I type Python and go into the interactive mode of Python in my conda's environment. I import the sys module and then type sys.prefix. The path given contains two folders, lib and bin. We are looking for the file inside the lib folder. Let's see what's inside the lib folder with the ls command. Now we are looking for the file libpython and the measure.minor version of the python.so file. The star looks for whatever comes after libpython.so. Now we have to copy the libpython 3.10.so's path inside the modular.cfg file that we had visited before. So now we go into the modular.cfg file and modify the python_lib path. Now we create a main.mojo file. To investigate the path, Mojo looks for the installed Python packages in the conda environment. So I import the Python and use the python.import_module and import the sys module and print the paths in the sys.path. So I run the code in the terminal. Note that the first time I run the main.mojo file, since I'm using the run button of the Mojo VS Code extension at the top right of the editor, the code will be run in the conda's base environment, which is an undesirable effect. We want to run the code in the MojoPy conda environment that we have created. Since we have run the code in the base environment, the side packages path that we see doesn't belong to our MojoPy environment. So we activate the MojoPy environment in the current shell, then hit the run button again. This time the script runs in the MojoPy conda environment. And the side packages path that we see belongs to the MojoPy conda environment. If you see any extra path over there, you have to delete that directory because it conflicts with the side packages path that you have for your conda environment and you will get undesirable effects. Finally, without closing the current shell, I replace the code that I already have with the code that uses the numpy and matplotlib package to plot the function fx equal to x squared on the interval 0 to 1 and save the plot inside the numerous plot.png file. Now if I run the script for the first time, I'll get an error saying that the numpy and matplotlib packages are not installed in my conda environment. Assuming that you have activated the Mojo Conda environment, use the pip install numpy matplotlib to install the numpy and matplotlib packages. Now, if I run the script, you see that the file name is plot.png will be created. Let's check out the plot. As you can see, the code works and we have successfully used the numpy and matplotlib scientific packages. This proves that Mojo can successfully integrate with Python programming language, and you can use the packages provided in the Python ecosystem in the Mojo programming language. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel to not lose the future content on the Mojo programming language. As always, see you all later.